So many of us want consistency in our home, but we don't know how to make it happen. I'd start routines, make plans, feel that rush of motivation, and then fall off track the moment life got busy. I thought I just wasn't disciplined enough. But the real problem was that I was scattered and unfocused, largely because I kept making the same tiny decisions every single day. But over time, I've learned three simple strategies that helped me stay consistent even when I was exhausted. And the best picture of how they work is not from a productivity book, it's actually from a tiny insect that God tells us to learn from. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to use these strategies to help you be more consistent in your day-to-day life as well. Proverbs 6 through 8 says, "Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise." And more than that verse used to feel to me like a vague metaphor, but I did not realize how deeply practical it is. The first thing that the ant does is simple. She picks a path and she repeats it. And that is a big foundation of consistency. I'm having a hard time saying that word. I am a go big or go home kind of person. There was a time that I thought that you had to just overhaul everything in order to get a grip, basically. I did not realize at the time the power of small, consistent steps in the same direction and the effect that that can really have on a home in a wonderful way, especially when you're intentional about those steps. A lot of us think that inconsistency is just a laziness problem, and sometimes it can be, but really I think that's overly simplistic. A lot of times, the reason for being inconsistent is a decision fatigue problem. Every single decision that your brain has to make costs energy. As a busy mom, your reserves are very limited and often very spread thin. And by lunchtime, a lot of times, you've spent all of it, which is why you fall off your routines. We want to eliminate a lot of those decisions that are causing decision fatigue. The ant doesn't really have a lot of decisions to make because she's made that decision. She's going back and forth on the same trail every single day. She's very focused and she's very intentional, and we can learn from that. And here's how. People are cyclical, and so our home is cyclical. The same things happen every day. We wake up, we go to bed, we have to eat. Knowing this about the home and then just operating according to that knowledge and making the decisions that have to happen every single day one time, it's a huge blessing. It takes a huge load off of your mind and your heart. So instead of planning every single minute of the day and then trying to somehow adhere to that, time blocking is where you divide your day up into 3 to 5 blocks. And this is how you make it work for you. You think through what has to happen in your home, make that list, and then basically plug it in where it makes sense. And one big thing is not to overload each block. You want to make sure it's realistic and it leaves a lot of room for life to happen. One trick that's been really helpful to me with time blocking is not only writing one task that has to happen every day in a time block, like homeschool or rest time or whatever, but actually, if it applies like to laundry or meals, those things are not one and done. You have to thaw the meat, you have to chop the veggies, you have to assemble the food for dinner. With laundry, you have to start it, you have to rotate it, and then you have to fold it. Those tasks can actually be broken down into simple bite-sized chunks, and then you can spread those throughout your time block. And that helps you get through some of these daily tasks that have to happen in an unrushed and low stress way. You don't really have to think about it. You know what's going to happen, when, at what part of the day, and that's all it is. And the beauty of it is that you're not racing the clock. And once you've chosen your trail, the next lesson that we can learn from the ant is even more surprising because it's about what she does not have. If you've had a difficult time building rhythms like this and actually sticking to it, I created a masterclass that walks you through how to do this step by step, and it's completely free. You can grab that down below. So let's get back to it. The ant doesn't sit around waiting on someone to tell her what to do. Proverbs says that she has no chief, officer, or ruler. She doesn't need some burst of motivation. She just gets it done. We see here that consistency is all about faithfulness and plodding away at things no matter how we feel. I was consistently either first trimester, in the throes of pregnancy, or postpartum for a really long time, for years actually. I know some people glow and love being pregnant, and that's not me. I love the fruit of pregnancy, but I have a hard time with it, especially with small children underfoot. During those times, it is everything I can do just to muster up enough energy to get meals on the table, let alone run a home. So if I'm depending on motivation, nothing's going to get done. But being in the throes of all of that for a long time forced me to learn some of these strategies. Once I learned some simple tricks to help me put one foot in front of the other, it made consistency a whole lot easier, especially in those kinds of seasons. Habit behavior research, of all things, has been really helpful for me as a Christian and as a homemaker to get things done. A lot of it is very practical and very simple, which is what we need as moms who are really tired, right? Yet they've had a profound effect on helping me actually get things done in my home and be faithful to the Lord in my role. So there are a lot of things that I could say about some of these principles, but for the sake of time, I'm only going to briefly cover my favorite three. And if you want to go deeper, you can check out the video here where I go into it a little bit more. But basically, my three absolute favorite things that have been most profound at helping me start new routines and stick to it and be consistent is the 2-minute rule, habit stacking, and never missing twice. The 2-minute rule basically means that you take a habit or something that you're wanting to start doing and being more consistent at, and you shrink it down to a very easy to do level. The goal whenever you're starting something new and you're wanting to be consistent at it is to make it achievable to just simply show up. Very small example. If you are wanting to start exercising, your goal is not going to be to start doing a 30-minute workout that's really intense. You want to just show up, maybe in your exercise clothes, or maybe you just start doing 5 burpees. And if you show up that day, it counts. A lot of times you might actually find yourself doing more than 2 minutes, but the goal is just to show up. And to that point, I really like the general principle of trying not to let yourself miss twice. Again, whenever you're trying to be consistent, this is really helpful. Missing once is a fact of life. It happens to us all. We get sick, a baby keeps us up at night, and so we fall off one day with a habit that we're wanting to do. But something to keep in the back of your mind is just to not let yourself miss twice if you can help it. Missing once is normal, but missing twice starts a new habit. In general, that's where the slippery slope can begin. That's been really helpful to me to remember that little bite-sized mantra, never miss twice. It helps me be consistent. Do I miss twice? Yes, I do. But in general, try not to miss twice. A third principle that's been really helpful to me is habit stacking. And that's basically stacking on a new habit or a routine that you're wanting to be more consistent at, and you're stacking it onto something that you already do automatically every single day. I know exercise is not necessarily homemaking, but for the sake of simplicity, we'll just keep using that example. So if you're wanting to start exercising, but you don't do it as much as you want to, just stack it onto something that you already do every morning. So maybe after you brush your teeth every morning, you go put on your workout clothes and you show up. Even if it's imperfect, even if it's small, you simply show up. Before you know it, it will be a lot easier to be consistent whenever you put these three things together. So in short, stop waiting to feel ready. Just show up, even if it's imperfect. As you use the 2-minute rule, you don't let yourself miss twice most of the time, and you're habit stacking between those three things. Over time, that faithfulness becomes a habit, and before you know it, you're being more consistent even whenever you don't have motivation. By the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Lauren. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5, and here on this channel, I help homemakers build systems and routines that actually fit your life and your home. Whether or not you are a homeschooling mom, whether or not you're stay at home, or if you work out of the house, a lot of the principles that I teach here are meant to help moms across the board. So if that sounds like something you need, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss my weekly videos. But here's the catch. Even the ant does not do everything at once. And this is the last strategy that's going to completely change how you approach consistency. The ant can carry a lot of weight. She's very strong, but she does not carry the whole colony's food all in one trip. She is ultimately considered to be wise and prepared because she gathers her food bit by bit. And that's where a lot of us go wrong. Historically, like I said earlier, I've had the habit of getting really ambitious about something and going hard and then burning out and flopping. But there was one point where I was not in a position to do that. Some of you may have heard me talk about this before, but we had 3 miscarriages in a row. That was one of the hardest times of my life. So I didn't have the bandwidth to try to be ambitious. I could barely put one foot in front of the other at one point. So I had no bandwidth or wherewithal to try to overhaul everything. I had to start with one routine. I don't know if you have heard of the podcast Now That We're a Family. We really love them. They're such a wonderful, like minded couple. I highly recommend you go listen to them. But before I'd even heard anything about them or Katie Vogtberg, a YouTube video from her popped up about a morning routine after a miscarriage. And I tell you, that was such a blessing to me to watch because it helped me get up out of my grief and put one foot in front of the other. That experience taught me a very important lesson. I didn't have the bandwidth to try to do a whole lot of things at once. I just did one thing, one day after the other, and built slowly and steadily over time. And it really helped our home function in a better way than it ever had before. To this point, consistency and building solid rhythms that run a home starts small. One load of laundry, one evening reset, one 10-minute tidy, one step at a time. Being faithful is not about intensity. It's not about how much you can crank out in a day. It's about small, steady faithfulness and repetition over time. Start with one rhythm. Build a rhythm that fits your home. Pick one that's your pain point that causes you the most grief. Think through how to make it better and intentionally think through what needs to be a part of that rhythm. And then if you need help being consistent with those things, rope in the habit behavior principles that I talked about earlier. Do it one day at a time, and eventually it becomes automatic. When home rhythms become automatic, they become a whole lot less draining, even as you're getting things done. They run quietly in the background like a well-oiled machine and support your family even when you're exhausted. So focus on one rhythm until it becomes automatic and simply layer in the next. Keep the big picture in mind. Make sure you focus on the long game. Remember, you don't have to figure this out and overhaul your whole home all at once. Just do one step at a time, and eventually you're going to have a home that it feels like it runs itself. If you want to build some of these automatic rhythms to help take some of the burden off of you and help you get the things done that you want to get done, and to make it easier to be as consistent as you want to be, I invite you again to take my free masterclass. It's a bit longer, so make sure you set aside some time with a warm drink and a pen and paper. But in it, I'll walk you through this in a bit more detail, and I'll give you some small, simple, practical steps that you can start today. Again, it's totally free, and you can grab that down below if you think that it would bless you. Also, I really love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your joys. I love hearing your struggles. I love hearing what's helpful, what you would like to hear me talk about. If you have any thoughts on this, please drop a comment down below. I read and try to respond to every single one. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'll see you in the next one.